Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Evski. I'm here with another video today. I'm wanting to teach you guys how to become better at Fortnite because I was a really good controller player. Now I'm starting to get pretty decent at keyboard and mouse, so I have a lot of experience on different inputs and how to improve at the game. And I'm on my third week on keyboard and mouse right now, and I'm doing really good. And I'm wanting to share with you guys how I've improved, how a lot of people are improving at the game right now, and how you guys can improve so you all can get better at the game. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the very end of the video. I have a really good tip. It's going to be the best one out of the whole entire video. It'll be the one that's going to help you get better the fastest, and it's going to be the best one. So make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video so you guys don't miss it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys. So for the first thing, we're just going to want to make sure that you warm up every single time you get on. And for a while, you're going to want to have the same warm up until you get used to it. And then you're going to obviously find a new warm up. But for me, I don't want you guys to do edit courses because it will mess up the flow of things for you. Because when you're doing edit courses, all you're doing is editing over and over again. So you're just pressing F click, F click, F click, F click over and over and over again, or L stick trigger, you know, over and over. And that's not going to help you really at all in actual fighting. But what I want you guys to do is like piece control edit courses or like free building, things like that, because you're actually building and then editing, which is actually how it would be in game. So what I like to do is I always like to start out with the piece control edit course. I was doing a different one for a little while, but it kind of got a little bit like I got a little bit used to it. So this one's really good. I usually finish it around 15 minutes, depending on the day. This one's really good. You get a timer so you can kind of see where you're at every day, and you know if you're improving or not. So you hit the timer and you can go through, and this is just going to really help with your piece control. It's going to help you be a faster editor and builder. It's just a really helpful map. And then you get a little bit of shotgun aim warm up as well when you do this map. I'll have the code up on the screen, and I'm gonna have it in the description as well. And there's obviously going to be a lot of different courses, so you do the same thing for a little while in that course, and then it'll move on to a different part, and you'll do that over and over again into a different part and into a different one over and over and over again to help you guys get everything down. For the second part of my warm-up, I always like to warm up my aim, because that's very important. So this is mainly going to be for AR aim and tracking aim with your SMG, because shotgun aim is going to have to be under aim duels. So there's a lot of different aim duels maps that you guys might want to check out. I don't have one currently. I usually go into box fights to warm up my aim, but I need to start getting into aim duels more. So that's definitely something that you guys are gonna want to do. Here I'm just going to grab an AR, a pump, and an SMG. And what I like to do is I go under horizontal, medium range, start. And I'll just go through this a few times when I'm getting warmed up. My aim is not very good right now. I just switched to keyboard and mouse, but it's getting there. I was actually a really good controller player, so I definitely know how to improve at this. But like I said, I'm new to keyboard and mouse, so this is only my third week on keyboard, so I'm still trying to learn everything. So this is the way that I've been improving, and this is the way that I got really good on controller. So then second, I like to go into 360 tracking. After I obviously do horizontal and vertical, I'm gonna start it, and this is gonna be for my SMG aim. So you're just going to track this all the way around, and this is really important, especially like when you just switched to keyboard and mouse, or if you just made a switch to controller. This is really helpful. But even if you haven't switched, this is still going to be very helpful if you struggle with SMG aim. As you can see, I obviously do. Since I just made that switch, I have no aim assistant. Definitely a lot different than what I'm used to. Another thing you can always do in here is the Tfue Classics and the Mongrel Classic. This is going to be more for your shotgun aim, but you're just going to do the little edit course, and then you're going to replace the wall, edit through, place floor, and then just Mongrel Classic. All right, so the last thing I always like to do when I'm getting warmed up is go into a map, just a blank map that you have, and get some free building in. So free building is definitely something that you guys want to be doing when you're getting warmed up. Pretty much every pro now is doing free building when they get warmed up. It's one of the best ways to get better at building, editing, and movement, and like just learning new things about the game and learning new ways to move and new edits to make. Definitely gonna want to learn some retakes. Search up on YouTube different retakes you can learn. It's gonna help you get a lot better at the game overall. All right, guys, so another thing that's gonna be pretty simple one to get a lot better is to actually try new things constantly. So if you do a lot of box fights, always hop into the realistics. If you do a lot of realistics, go into box fights. If you do a lot of both of those, build fight. If you do a lot of that, then you obviously want to play more public matches. You know, you want to be well-rounded and do a little bit of everything. Being a well-rounded player is really important. So make sure you're trying new things, always doing new things, and just making sure that you're well-rounded and pretty much good at everything, not just super good at one thing and terrible at everything else. All right, guys, so one of the other things that you can do to get really good at the game really fast is play a lot of zone wars, because this is going to be really close to how it's going to be in regular matches, and it's just going to be really good because you're practicing building, editing, going for height, hitting good shots, practicing pretty much everything all at once, and it's going to be really good to get you good at the game, not only in actual matches, but if you want to do like tournaments and other things like that, they're usually going to start out in zone wars. Or, you know, learning to be good at zone wars is really going to help you with your mechanics, your building, your editing, your aim, taking different angles. It's just going to make you a really good player. So practice zone wars as much as you can. Make sure you guys stay and watch the very end of this, because I have a really special secret tip coming for you guys that's really going to help you guys out the most out of all these tips. This next one that's coming up is going to be the best one, so make sure you guys stick around. All right, so second to last, I want you guys to watch streamers or pro players that stream or just make YouTube content that play on the same input as you, that are really good at the game, because you can copy the things they do and learn a lot from these players. So if you're a PS4 player, watch a streamer that plays on a PS4. If you're an Xbox player, watch somebody who plays on Xbox. If you're PC controller, watch somebody who plays that. And if you are keyboard and mouse, watch somebody who plays that. It's really going to help you a lot, because every different player and every different input is going to have a different play style. So if you're a controller player, it's going to be hard for you to play like a keyboard and mouse player, because the play style is not the same. And if you're a keyboard and mouse player, it's the same, because it's just a completely different style. So watch pro players that are on the same input as you and try to do what they do. Try to take a fight the way that they approach it rather than the way that you would approach it, and see how it works out. This one's going to be the most helpful for you guys. I really appreciate you guys making it this far into the video. It was definitely worth it, because this tip is the best tip that anybody can ever tell you, not just in Fortnite, but in life in general. So whenever you make a mistake in the game, whenever you die, there's always something you could have done better to not have died. And everybody is saying this right now. Literally everybody that's giving tips on Fortnite is telling you this right now, but I want to reiterate it because it's super important. This is one thing that I've been doing since day one on this game, and I'd never really realized how big of a deal it was until everybody started talking about it. So what you want to do is every time you die, or if you even come close to dying, take it a step further, you know, even if you just get low, just think about what you could have done differently to have not died. So even if it was lag, or if your frames dropped, or if somebody teamed on you, it doesn't matter. Like, there's something you could have done better. So one thing that I always said whenever I was playing, you know, at the time I really liked watching Tfue. So what would happen is I would die in a creative match and I would start to complain about it, but then I'd be like, wait, yeah, I was getting sprayed from every angle, but I obviously could have done something better, because if Tfue was in that same exact situation, he would have killed them somehow. He would have done something different than I did, and he would have killed them. And so whenever people would be complaining like, stop spraying, stop doing that, you guys are so terrible, I would always be like, hey man, you know, you could look at it differently and just think, if a pro player was in that same exact situation, they would come out on top. And I'd be like, right? And the person would be like, well, yeah. So it's like, how are you gonna blame it on the game? How are you gonna blame it on that spammer when you could blame it on yourself and become better in that way? So whenever you die, I just remember what happened. I remember where I went wrong, and I try to examine it and decide a different thing that I could have done differently, besides like, oh, I could have hit a harder shot, or you know, things like that, because that's just things that take time. But like the position that you put yourself in and the decisions that you made during the fight that affected it. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate you coming by and watching this video. I hope it helps you guys. I hope it helps you be better and improve at the game fast. I know this is the way that a lot of people are improving right now, and I know it will help you guys too, as long as you follow everything I said in this video. Make sure you're practicing everything. Make sure you're learning from your mistakes and warming up every day. And if you guys enjoyed this, if you learned something new, or if you just enjoyed the video overall, make sure you guys go ahead and drop a comment, like this video, and subscribe so you guys never miss another video. And as always, I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.